What it do, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm so excited to bring this update video for you all. During the beginning of this year, I talked about 12 different items that I really wanted to finish up in the year 2023. Now, this is a very different type of project pan for me in particular, because generally I'll have like a specific category, specific products, and I'll say I need to finish these by 3 months, and then I'll kind of fill in other products. But this year, I really just wanted to do a very slow, mellow kind of project pan. And if you don't know what project panning is, it's basically when you document the use of a product for the length of time that it takes you, and you kind of document how long it takes you, what you learn, all of that stuff. And a lot of times when people are project panning, and it really just helps you to get the full use out of your products before their expiration date. And so what I wanted to do was just really focus on these 12 products for various different reasons, and this spans between makeup and other beauty categories just for the year. And if you want to hear my update on these products, let's get into it. Alrighty guys, so I have my basket prepared and everything. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the makeup items, and then we will roll into the more beauty, skincare, actually no skincare. We'll roll into the fragrance items and then we'll be done. So let's go ahead and start off in the order in which you apply makeup, because I do have a few base products in this project. The first base product that I have in this project is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. This is a primer that I have had in my collection. I would say I picked it up very late in 2021, very early 2022. And so I've really only had it in my collection for about a year, which in the grand scheme of somebody who has the size of a collection that I do, that's not a big deal, especially for the amount of use that I've been able to accomplish in that year. But I still do want to finish this. It is a great kind of no fuss, no muss primer. I find that I can generally use this with pretty much any foundation, and it really helps to absorb my oils over the long term of a day. That said, and as much as I do enjoy this primer, the reason now that I can see that I do want to finish it is because I found new favorites. And as somebody who is a makeup reviewer, I tend to go and search for new favorites and the better products in, every year, because technology in makeup tends to change. And so there's already a favorite that I've picked up recently this year that has kind of overtaken this for my no fuss, no muss primer. And so I truly do want to just get this primer out of my collection. I'm very satisfied and happy to have had it. I do find that it helps to grip foundation and products more securely onto my skin, which can help with the longevity. But the technology in this is just not as much of a love as it once was. So I have not finished it. As you can see, well, maybe you can't see, there is still a bit of product left. I think this air bubble is just going to continue to haunt me until I fully finish this. So hopefully I can get this done by the end of the year. We are about 6 months into the year, and it feels like there's not been much progress. I also have been testing out quite a few different primers though. So I'm definitely going to try to slow down on my purchasing habits in general, let alone primers. And I will talk about that a little bit more briefly in a get ready with me when I kind of update you guys on what's been going on with my life and everything. But definitely that Milk Makeup Primer has got to go. As for the foundation that I wanted to kind of put into this project, I chose the Tula Skin Tinted Moisturizer. It has a longer term name. I will have everything linked down below, as I always do. I will also have my first kind of intro video linked down below, and the shorts associated with my face, because I did do 2 YouTube shorts with today's makeup look. But anyways, this product, I think that in the time when I picked it up, it was really revolutionary for me. There were very few skin tint moisturizers in this realm, especially at like Ulta or Sephora, that I was interested in, that gave me the amount of coverage that I wanted, gave me the finish that I liked, that was in my skin shade, like that I could genuinely use. This is in the shade 25, and I actually am using this foundation today. It feels like I look darker than I do in person, but That tends to happen sometimes on camera. This product though gives me a bit too much radiance now that I've found some other favorite kind of skin tint moisturizer type products that are in this tube packaging. I think the undertone is really good, and that is something that I can tend to have difficulties with. I find that I am more of a neutral olive, slightly warm undertone. So I do like that about this, but the radiance level is just a bit too much for somebody who has oily skin. I've had this product on since about 12:30 or so, and it is just shy of, I want to say 6. Yeah, it's just shy of 6, and I already had to blot before I even sat down to start filming. And so for me, it's just, it does not wear, and like the longevity of this particular product really isn't where some of these other tube products that I've recently picked up is. So I'm very happy that I put this in this project. And if you're wondering, I'm about halfway, I would say, if not a little bit under halfway with my usage. And this is just with me reaching for this product on days where I'm not particularly filming like my base or whatever. I do have a challenge for myself coming up very soon. And in that challenge, I think I will be able to easily knock this product out. Once again, that challenge will be unveiled in a video coming up very, very soon. So yeah, I haven't finished this yet, but I'm getting there. I am getting there. The next product in a typical kind of makeup routine is concealer. I put this sample size concealer for the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin concealer, and I have this in the shade 13 Deep. I picked this up through like just a typical Sephora order. I put in like a little code and I was able to receive this for free. This I put in honestly thinking that this was going to be very difficult for me to finish. I thought that this was going to be something that like I had to keep working on to the end of the year, but I am pretty much done. I put this on again today and I am like scraping to get product, and even then I am barely getting any product. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and chalk this up. I know some people wouldn't do that, but that's the type of project planner that I am. I feel as though I've gotten my points. I didn't even use points. I've gotten my, I don't know, typing worth of product and usage, and I'm very content and happy with that. This is not a product that I like. I feel like it is too thick and creamy for my under eyes. I feel like I do tend to get creasing, and it's just not a favorite. I like a little bit more of a serum, thinner formula for my under eyes. It just feels better, and especially for the summer, this is just too thick, and it would just easily slide off my face, and that's just not something I need. So yeah, this is my first empties that I'm showing you guys today. Okay, next in a normal routine, typically I would go for my powder. Now this powder has been haunting me for quite some time now. I have been at least somewhat focused on this powder since late 2021, all of 2022, and now 2023. As I've said with exactly the primer, I have been picking up new powders every so often, but this is a loose powder and I have combination oily skin. So you would think I would have finished this easily by now. There is still a hint of product at the very, very bottom of this packaging. I truly don't see this lasting past the month of June. I am filming this very late in May though. But yeah, I genuinely don't see this lasting through June. Very little product. Like I can say like maybe 2 applications and then it would be done. This is, in case I didn't say, the Too Faced Peach Perfect Translucent Setting Powder. This is actually a really good setting powder in my opinion, but this has long since been discontinued. I think this whole range has been discontinued. I actually really liked the like foundation in this range as well. And because it's discontinued, it's also very old in my collection. I just want it gone. I also do have one other unfortunately discontinued loose setting powder that I do want to get through as well. And so this was just kind of holding me up. I was trying to get through it and it kept delaying the process. So it's a good product. I'm happy to basically be done. I know by the next time I do an update, it will completely be done. So no worries there. But yeah, it's definitely time for this to go. So I'm just going to count this as a done, even though it's not officially done, because I'm sure even by the time this goes up, this will be a done. All right, so next in the normal realm of things, I actually have 3 different lip products, which is quite unusual personally for me in a typical project pan, but these all had their merit, so that's why I put them in. The first one that I put in was the Lunar Beauty Lip Oil. This was a product that I keep on the side of my bed so that I can use to keep my lips moisturized every morning and every night and all in between the day. There's literally no product left in this. I'm actually very sad about that. I literally scraped, I poured, I did everything that I could. You literally can't see not a bit of liquid in this packaging, and I didn't even have to take the dough foot or the stopper out. So kudos to Lunar Beauty for making some packaging that you can actually get all of the product without having to remove the stopper. This was a beautiful product. I believe this is in Dare Me. Yep. I love this product. I was actually on their website very recently, and I was actually going to repurchase this and pick up some more new products from the brand. I decided not to because I'm truly trying to use more of what I have, but I promise you, when I am able and when I have, the space in my collection to bring in this lip oil again, I definitely will, because this is a fantastic formula, #1 formula in my opinion when it comes to lip oils that I have tried. So technically, officially #2, but technically 3 in the empties for this video. Next, I'm just gonna jump because I need the other product to settle again, is my bullet lipstick from Huda Beauty. So this is one of my favorite bullet lipsticks. This is in the shade Gold Digger. This is in their kind of cream formula. It has a very glossy, like satiny sheen to the lips. This particular shade has a beautiful yellow-based undertone. The packaging is, of course, magnetic, which I absolutely love. I love everything about this bullet lipstick. This is not a product that I wanted to necessarily get rid of because I didn't like it or because it was old or anything like that, because I recently picked this up last December, somewhere around there. It's literally just because it's so messy, because I've used it so much, I want to kind of finish it so that I can get a new one. I guess technically I could like clean it up and maybe not feel the need to finish it, but I also do genuinely enjoy getting use out of my products. So I'm gonna keep that momentum, hopefully, with using this product. I haven't used it all that much, mainly because, like I said, it's messy, but I don't have much product left. There's definitely an clear end to the product, and like I said, I have a challenge that I'm going to be setting for myself very soon, and within that challenge I have a goal, and I do think that this will be kind of almost done, if not finished, within that challenge. And then the last lip product that I have to talk to you guys about is this baby right here. This is the Tower 28 lip gloss. This is in the shade Chill. And when I came on here last time, I said that I thought that once the product settled, it was going to be near the E or the R. I was actually wrong. It was closer to the O and the W in the wording Tower 28 on the side. But regardless, I have gotten a significant amount of use out of this product. I tend to keep this, once again, next to my bedside, and this is what I use to moisturize my lips. Now, is this the best moisturizer? No, but it's also not supposed to be a good moisturizer. It's clearly labeled as a lip gloss, and that's how I should be using it. But because it's a clear lip gloss, and because this formula is more natural, I find that it's more moisturizing than like a typical lip gloss is. And so that's why I'm going to be using as a lip balm near my bed. In the meantime, I actually don't currently have any lip balms that aren't actually actively being used, like in a purse or something like that. So that was my only option unless I wanted to pick something else up, and I'm trying my best to use what I have before I pick anything else up. So I have one more makeup item to talk about, and this is actually another empty. This is my Milk Makeup Hydro Grip setting spray. I knew this was not going to take very long. I didn't have much setting spray left in the actual packaging. It was purely just me actually remembering to use the setting spray when I sit down to do my makeup. I've actually really gotten better at just using my setting sprays in general, so I'm very happy about that. This is a nice one. It's a decent one. Is this my favorite? Is this something that I plan to repurchase? No, but I did get this in a kit with the Hydro Grip primer, and so that's why I was willing to test it out, and that's why I picked it up. I tested it out and I'm solidified and happy that I've been able to try the product, but I'm going to continue to move forward with my other setting sprays, and hopefully eventually I will find my perfect setting spray, because as of right now I just still haven't found it yet. Okay, so we only have 4 more products that I need to talk to you guys about, and these are all perfumes that I wanted to finish up during the year as well. If you guys didn't know, I'm very into perfumes. I was at a point doing monthly videos, if not bi-weekly if I could figure it out, but things have just gotten away with me, but I'll try to bring them back if I can. Anyways, let's talk about the first one, and the first one is the Kylie Vanilla 28 perfume. This is in their 30 milliliter, I want to say, packaging, and this is really cute. This is basically the cute version of their travel bottle that they have. Yes, you can see a little bit of juice at the bottom, but I cannot get it to spray out. That's the only reason why it's still in there. This is a beautiful, beautiful scent. I feel like there was a point when it came to the first time of me purchasing Kylie, very new into my fragrance journey, where I couldn't get the hype. And as I feel like my perfumes have kind of set and like really started to come into their own, literally sitting in the bottles, because sometimes I feel perfumes just really need to sit and marinate in their bottles by themselves for a little while. And also I feel like my nose has kind of elevated itself. These are really some beautiful scents. So I have finished this. This isn't empty, and this will definitely be a scent that I pick up during the December sale that Kylie does. I love that sale. I find that that's the best percentage off that I can get on their particular perfumes, and I'm willing to wait just to make those purchases then. The next empty that I have between the 4 perfumes that I highlighted in this series is from Jo Malone. This is their Sakura Cherry Blossom scent. I picked this up, I believe, last year during the Sephora Savings Event sale. I have always had a decent love when it comes to Jo Malone perfumes, and this was just one that was so unique in its notes. I really wanted to get my nose on it. This Sakura Blossom is more of like a clean linen-y scent. It is very, very light, but that tends to happen with Jo Malone colognes and just colognes in general. So this is not a favorite. It's not a favorite. It was not something that I loved, but I picked it up and I was already kind of into it by the time I decided. And I'm just not the person, honestly, that likes to return. I just don't particularly like doing that. So I decided to just get my use out of this at night, and so that's what I did. I sprayed it out at night. I oversprayed, because you have to overspray to get any form of longevity with this particular Jo Malone scent. And yeah, it is now done. So once again, this is another empty, and I'm very happy about that. Alrighty, so we got 2 more scents to talk about, and these are the 2 scents that honestly I spent the least amount of time really working on, but obviously now that I only have these 2, I'll see if I kind of highlight these a little bit more in the upcoming months. So first we have Fresh Cream Warm Cashmere from Philosophy. This is a scent that I have really enjoyed. I've already gone through the body cream that I had associated with this particular scent, and I was doing very good with the perfume, but then I continued to expand my collection, and this kind of got away from me, if we're being honest. I tended to reach for my Bath and Body Works during night, which I think is very understandable, and I think it's smarter for my purchase and like the percentage of, yeah, I don't want to spend Jo Malone money for a bed scent. Who does that? I guess me. But anyways, this is it. I have definitely used it. Don't get me wrong. I've definitely used it. I want to say the last time I was here, it was somewhere closer to the middle of the actual amount of product. And I would say now I have about a third product left in this packaging. This is definitely a scent that you have to extremely overspray. I'm telling you, like 15 to 20 sprays on you for it to last a decent amount. And that's even with this being a bed night scent for me. I still like to overspray so I can genuinely smell it. I mean, because otherwise it is very, very soft scent, but it is a beautiful scent nonetheless. At one point, I was very confident that I was actually going to pick up another bottle just for this to be in like capsule collection of perfumes. I'm not so confident anymore. I find that for something that has this kind of usage in my collection, I genuinely just prefer to use my Bath and Body Works sprays. And this is not a cheap product, don't get me wrong. I definitely think it's worth money for me. I genuinely enjoy it, but for the way that I use it, why not just use my Bath and Body Works scents that have those cashmere warm vanilla scent notes in there as well? So either way, I'm definitely confident that I will be finishing this before the end of the year, but my knowledge on whether I'm actually going to repurchase this, it's waning now that I'm actually getting through the bottle. I don't know. Alrighty, and last but certainly not least is another scent that I have gotten a lot of use out of in the small amount of time that I've had this in my collection. I do want to admit, I feel like this has been maybe going on 2 years that I've had this. This was a scent that I picked up because I had a voucher from a Sephora scent box thing where basically you buy the box and you get a scent voucher to pick up a 1 ml size of whatever scent that you prefer after sampling all of the samples. This was the scent that I ended up picking up. And this is Chloe Nomade Absolute Parfum. This smells so intoxicating, so beautiful. And I have in the past realized that I can use this both during the summer, spring months, but also during the winter, fall months. Now, this is generally, I think, would depend on, where you live and how hot it gets in your area. In this area, it gets hot, but it's not super humid. So I can really pull this off. When I do tend to pull this off in the hotter months, I tend to layer a Jo Malone scent on top. And I think that one is the Mandarin one. And that just really helps to elevate and kind of lighten this particular scent. But even then, I think that with the little bit amount that I have left, I can easily finish this during the fall and winter time period. So I'm genuinely not concerned with this scent at all. I'm not concerned with any of these products. I genuinely think that the amount of products that I have left and the type of products that I have left, I think I'm going to be able to get through them by the end of this year. And I'll feel so much accomplishment because I know I get through a decent amount of makeup products throughout the year, but I love just seeing it fully here, especially when we're not talking about a brow product. Because for me, brow products, I get through about every 3 months or so. But seeing stuff like this, it's nice. It's nice to see a tangible result of me using my makeup that I've spent my money on to get, So after this update, it's been 6 months in and I'm so happy to see that I'm pretty much at 6 empties. I think that is a fantastic amount of products that I finished. And that means I only really have to focus in on 6 more items, which I am extremely, extremely excited about that percentage. That's 50% of my products, okay? I would love to hear if you guys are doing a similar project or if you're doing a project pan that's in the more traditional sense. Shout out down below how your project is doing. I would love to hear. And with that said, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.